Welcome to Dashing Dish. Today we're going to be covering an entire show centered around Sean's favorite food group, pizza. And it's going to be a lot of fun, different variations of pizza. It's not quite what you think, but everything that is about pizza is going to be in the show. And if you're a pizza lover, you're absolutely going to love it as well. Our pizza party menu includes crispy, crunchy pepperoni pizza rolls, sneaking veggies in with pizza stuffed zucchini, no boil pizza pasta bake, and if all those recipes weren't enough, let's go for a 2-minute pizza dip to finish it all off. I'm Katie Farrell, and today we're going to be putting a healthy spin on all things pizza. Come join us. On today's pizza show, Sean is going to be cooking with me, and it just works perfect this way because Sean is the biggest fan of pizza that I know.
It's true.
I would say that you're like a pizza connoisseur.
I would not.
You're okay, maybe donut connoisseur. Pizza is like a close, like middle ground. Okay, so every single time I'm thinking about what could I make that's for pizza. You know, if like my family's like, we want pizza. I'm always trying to think, how could I make a pizza inspired dish that's not actually pizza? Don't get me wrong, I do eat pizza. We go out, we get pizza. That's usually when we eat pizzas, when we go out. But if I want to make something at home, I'm trying to make a little bit healthier spin on pizza. So I'm always trying to think of new creative ways to put a spin on pizza. So we have a really delicious, kind of unique dish, which is my pizza zucchini boats that we're gonna make for you guys today. And this is great because it incorporates lean ground meat, so you have a lot of protein, you have your vegetables with your zucchini, of course, and it tastes like pizza. So you really can't go wrong. My kids love it, tastes like pizza. I love it because they're getting veggies and protein. So Sean, I'm gonna have you scoop out these zucchini, and this is kind of the boat, is the zucchini. And we were just really laughing because I was kind of trying to teach Sean how to scoop these out. And really the best tool to have is a melon baller or scooper. I don't know what you call it technically. And you just kind of scoop out the middle. If you have one of those, that's like the perfect tool. But I was even using Ollie's little plastic spoon here. If you just have a small spoon that's kind of firm enough to scrape out the insides, that's really all you need. And you just take the zucchini and you just kind of scrape them down and get the seeds out. They don't have to be perfectly clean. Like you can see, we left some in there. But if you can get as much of those seeds out as possible, that's what really you want, so that you can stuff them with the good stuff. And you can always add the zucchini filling, like the seeds, back into your ground meat if you'd like, so you're not wasting it. But you don't have to. There's plenty of filling to go in these boats. So for this recipe, you'll need 4 zucchini, 1 pound of lean ground meat, a ½ teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of oregano, 1 cup of marinara, and a ½ cup of shredded mozzarella. All right, so Sean, while your zucchini boats are looking really good.
Thank you.
While you continue to scoop out the seeds, I'm gonna cook up this ground beef. You could use any kind of ground meat, and I'm gonna add the seasonings to it while it cooks up. So you just wanna break this up as it cooks. And Sean and I have a lot of fun stories around pizza because it is Sean's favorite thing to get out. So we've been to a lot of different pizza places, and what would you say your favorite pizza place that you've ever been?
Well, it's going to be terrible because people are going to totally judge this.
Chuck E. Cheese's.
No. I think we like the build your own pizza places.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Blaze and Mod.
Yeah.
That's
not that bad. I thought you were going to say something like
I was just going to say that's what we
station.
like as a family. I, for some reason, crave Hungry Howie's, and
you do love Hungry House. I forgot about that.
I worked there and still love that pizza.
Well, I forgot about it because in Michigan they had one. They don't have one in Tennessee. So Sean is very upset that we moved here.
Do you want me to? Because someone's going to debunk that.
Oh.
We do have one.
Oh, you do? We do?
Yeah. We just found it.
Oh, okay. You just liked the game. Well, my favorite memory surrounding pizza with us is when we were dating.
I already know where this is going.
Should I tell that story?
Yeah, you should.
I mean, it's kind of making me out to look like I'm a liar, but I'm not a liar, okay?
You were just trying to impress me.
I was trying to impress you. So we met when we were 15 and 16. I was 15. So yes, I'm older by 6 months. And Sean likes to really talk about that a lot. So yes, when we were young and we, didn't really know any better because we were just trying to impress each other at the time, we probably told each other a lot of little white lies to impress
Like how you
each
can
other.
snowboard?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what that was, but I can't account to that. So anyway, when we were dating, I told him, hey, why don't you come over? I'm really good at making pizza. And I mean, okay, first of all, Sean knows real Italian people that real Italians that make their own sauce and make their own bread and everything. And so I just pulled out some frozen dough and just put together a frozen pizza. And Sean was like, you didn't make this? And I was like, yes, I did. I put it together. And he's like, no, that's as close to a freschetta as you can get. This isn't making pizza. And I was so offended because here, I think it was for Valentine's Day or something.
Yeah, it was something special, yeah.
And here I'm thinking I'm making this romantic meal for him. Now, mind you, this was literally in my parents' house with my parents in the family room. Definitely nothing romantic about that. But I'm thinking I'm doing something really special, and he's like, yeah, you just made me a frozen pizza. And I'm like, what on earth? Well, come to find out, he thought that I meant truly from scratch. And so here I was deeply offended and hurt, and
so was I.
He was thinking I was lying.
Pizza.
He thought I was lying. So that was kind of really one of our first memories of a meal together. Ask me if I made him another meal while we were dating. Probably not. I don't remember making one. So
I tried to make you a Dash and Dish meal one time.
You did. You did. That was when we were married.
Oh, that's right.
He did.
Yeah, because you did Dash and Dish with us.
So he actually went on my website, and Emily helped him.
Yeah.
Which was really cute.
Do the boats look good?
They look so good. Okay. And see, that wasn't hard, was it?
No, it wasn't bad.
And what did you make me?
Oh, I feel like it was some cauliflower. You were in a cauliflower phase.
That's what I thought. And Emily helped him so that I wouldn't get food poisoning.
Yes.
Because he was not sure.
I was strictly making French toast at the time.
Yes, he was not sure of any food safety rules. So if you are making someone food for the first time, you probably should have someone help you, just to make sure that you don't get anyone sick. Once you kind of learn your way around the kitchen, not that hard, but first time, maybe. And so, yeah, he made me a really cute romantic dinner where it was candles and everything, and I came home. I was a nurse then, too.
Yeah, you were a nurse.
So I was working.
You were still doing Dash and Dish and nursing.
Right, I was doing both. And I came home and found all the food that you made me that was from my recipes. Yep. You did good there. You did good. So I'm just filling these zucchini boats with the meat. I really just added sauce and seasoning to the meat, so it's super simple. And if you wanted to, you could top these not only with cheese, but any of your favorite pizza toppings. So you could do pepperonis, you could do green peppers, anything that you like for the pizza toppings. So Sean, I'll let you kind of top these with cheese when I'm done filling this last little boat here. And if you have any extra filling, like the meat filling, you can always make some additional boats, or you can just honestly save that and just serve it kind of over top of the zucchini boats. That's what I like to do, to just add a little bit extra protein. So don't these look good?
They look amazing.
So you'd like these probably with cheese and pepperoni on top, huh?
Pepperoni makes everything better.
Yep, you love pepperoni. All right, so those look great. Now we can top them with cheese.
Okay.
And we're gonna bake these off 425 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes. Well, Sean's a little tired from scraping out the zucchini boat, so I'm letting him take a break and I'm doing the pizza rolls by myself. Maybe this will be a snack to re-energize him later. So these are pepperoni pizza rolls that we all grew up loving and enjoying straight from the freezer. How healthy those are, I really don't want to talk about. I mean, let's just not even talk about it because I could go on a rabbit trail. But we are putting a healthy spin on these, of course, and we're doing it with wonton wrappers. And these are great to stuff with all kinds of different things. I actually like to put them in little muffin tins a lot of times and fill them with different kinds of delicious fillings for like appetizers and whatnot. But this is great for like a game day or a kid's party or just as a snack or a treat. So to make this recipe, you'll need 12 egg roll wrappers, 1/4 cup marinara, 24 turkey pepperoni, 4 string cheese, and 1/4 cup water. So all you want to do is you want to take your cheese stick, and if you do have egg roll wrappers, they're a little bit bigger than wonton wrappers, that's going to be your best bet. But the grocery store that we went to did not have them. So if you can't find them, wonton wrappers are great and you can use them for all kinds of fun appetizers. So if you have extra after this recipe, you can find all kinds of fun recipes on Dashing Dish using these. So what I'm doing is I'm taking a cheese stick and I'm kind of just shredding it down the middle to make really thin strands of the cheese. And that way I can just place it right on the wonton wrapper, and we're gonna kind of roll the wonton wrapper over the cheese. And then we're gonna do about 2 teaspoons of sauce, not even, maybe like 1.5 teaspoons. You just wanna go light on all the ingredients because you don't want it seeping out of the wonton wrapper. And if you wanna use any other ingredients, like you don't like pepperoni, but you like green pepper, you could do that instead of the pepperoni. Just dice it really, really fine so that it fits right in that wrapper as well. So we just have mini pepperonis, that works perfect. If you can't find those, you could use regular size and just cut them up pretty small. Then we're gonna use some water, just like I'm doing here, tracing the edges of the wonton wrapper. That acts as like the glue to hold it together and to seal it. So all you wanna do is you wanna fold the wonton wrapper and you just wanna press it down on the sides. And that will seal it so that you can bake it. And we're gonna keep doing that until we're done with all of our wonton wrappers and we use up all of our ingredients. And what I like to do is I like to serve these with some sauce on the side. And it's absolutely delicious because they're crispy and kind of like almost chewy on the outside, and then the cheese is melted on the inside. So dipping them in some pizza sauce is so delicious. So I'm gonna finish these up and I'm gonna bake them at 375 degrees for 15 minutes or just until they're lightly golden brown. Coming up next, continuing with our pizza theme, let's try this dip. Ready in 2 minutes, packed with protein and actually good for you. All right, so now we're on to a 2-minute pizza recipe that is protein packed. This is my 2-minute protein packed pizza dip. This is really, really easy. If you're looking for a quick and easy snack or lunch, I actually make this for lunch all the time. All you need is a few simple ingredients and you can have a protein packed pizza dish. This recipe is so simple. All you need is a 1/2 cup of cottage cheese, a 1/4 cup of marinara sauce, 1/2 teaspoon of Italian seasoning, 1/4 cup of shredded cheese, and 4 pepperonis. Sean, I made this for lunch one day. Of course you were at work. And it was like my favorite thing ever. I thought I could make this every day. Wow. But then I realized you'd be really mad at me if I was eating the same thing every day. He can't handle it.
I eat the same thing every day.
Well, true, you do for lunch. But whenever I eat like the same thing on repeat, he's like, okay.
That was just your protein shake days.
Yeah, that is true. I did eat protein shakes every single day. I actually don't even really eat them anymore because I've branched out to yogurt parfaits. What a branch out in the morning. So that's my breakfast every morning. But I think having something that's kind of a part of your routine, especially for breakfast, is easy. It's just a no-brainer.
Like Lucky Charms or Captain Crunch?
Let's not talk about those. So I added the cottage cheese and marinara, and then I'm going to add some oregano, or just like if you have Italian seasoning, that would work too. And we're going to stir that together, and then we're going to microwave it for 60 seconds. Then we're going to pull it out of the microwave and top it with the cheese, the pepperoni, and we're going to microwave it for another 30 to 45 seconds until the cheese is melted. And then I'm going to show you how I love to eat this pizza dip. Okay, so this is how I love to eat this pizza dip, is with some almond flour crackers. If you cannot find almond flour crackers, any kind of crackers with whole grains or fiber or protein added is going to be better for you than just a plain white cracker. And you can also enjoy this dip with carrots. I even one day took grilled chicken and dipped it in the pizza dip. It was delicious. So you can think of all kinds of creative ways, or just eat it with a spoon. It's that good. So Sean, go ahead and try it with your cracker. Okay. Let us know what you think, if you can get it on there. What do you think?
It's really good. I like it a lot. You can't taste the cottage cheese at all.
No, you cannot.
I thought for sure you would. I was scared.
I'm glad you said that. You cannot taste the cottage cheese at all. It just makes it like cheese.
The fact that I ate two proves.
Isn't it good?
It is good.
Coming up next, this no-boil pizza bake will soon be a family favorite. And the best part, it only takes 10 minutes to bring it all together. So now we're on to a pizza-inspired dish that really requires no effort at all, which is always something that I'm a huge fan of, and I know that you're gonna love it because it's pizza and pasta combined.
Two best things.
Yes. So I'm gonna have you add the dry pasta and just some sauces to a baking dish. Okay. And we add water to the baking dish. So you don't even boil the pasta. And a few other ingredients, top it with your favorite pizza toppings, and you pop it right in the oven. Couldn't get easier than that. So for this recipe, you will need 16 ounces of pasta, 3 cups of water, 1 can of crushed tomato, 1 jar of pizza sauce, 2 teaspoons of dried oregano, a half teaspoon of salt, a half teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 cup of mozzarella cheese, 1/2 cup of diced pepperoni, 1 cup of grated Parmesan. For your toppings, you'll need 1 cup of mozzarella, 1 diced green bell pepper, a half cup of olives, and a half cup of pepperoni. So go ahead and add the pasta to the baking dish, as well as the 2 tomato sauces. And this is a great recipe if you're like, oh no, I didn't meal prep. I have nothing made for dinner. Because if you have these ingredients in your pantry, then you probably can make this dish. So dried pasta, some cans of tomato sauce, you just need a few simple ingredients that are in your fridge, like cheese and pepperoni. And really, you could make it without the pepperoni. It would still taste delicious.
This one too?
Yeah. And then you're just gonna kind of stir everything together once it kind of gets into that baking dish. And I did spray the baking dish with cooking spray first. Okay, so to stir this, you just want to kind of just blend it together. It doesn't have to be perfectly stirred. You just want to kind of just gently mix it so that all the sauce gets in between the noodles, just like that. And then we're going to add our cheese. You can add the Parmesan. And we're just going to add a little bit of the mozzarella. We want to save most of it for the topping, because that's really the best part of any pizza, is the mozzarella on top. And then we're gonna top it with some seasonings. And we're gonna kind of give it one more quick little stir just to kind of blend everything together. And Sean, don't you feel like over the years, how long have we been married? 14 years?
14 years?
15.
Wow.
15 this August.
Yeah.
So don't you feel like over the years, we can look back and we can say, wow, we've learned a lot already, and we still have a long ways to go. But I feel like marriage is just portrayed as this picture perfect thing on social media, especially. Yeah. And nobody really talks about how it requires a lot of work. And I would say our biggest thing that we have really worked to tackle is communication.
I was going to say the same thing.
Communication is key, and we still struggle. And I think that is a very normal thing to constantly be working in your marriage. And if it's not communication, it's probably something else. Thankfully, we did get on the same page very early in our marriage with finances because of Dave Ramsey. Yeah. That was something that helped us so much, and being on the same page in any area of marriage helps a lot. So now it's just about talking about everything, especially with 2 little kids. Yeah. It's easy to come and go and kind of miss the communication piece.
Say a lot of things in passing.
Yes, for sure. So this might not look like much now, but as it bakes in the oven, the noodles are gonna cook and plump up, and it's gonna absorb all those pizza flavors. And we're gonna top it with the rest of our mozzarella cheese. And Sean, if you wanna grab those, I'll slide it over to you. If you wanna add these olives on top and the green bell peppers, and you don't have to add.
Are we cutting these some more, or is it?
You could, but I think they'd
like
be
dicing?
Fine. Yeah, let's dice them just a little bit.
Oh dear.
I think, you don't have to.
I can try.
But it might taste a little bit better to have them finely diced a little bit. You're doing great. You might want to just kind of. That works too. That works. The goal is being achieved. We're getting the bell pepper chopped. So I'll add the olives, and you really could top it with anything that you like. You don't have to do green bell pepper, because you probably would like this just without any kind of toppings other than pepperoni.
Pepperoni.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
All right, that looks good. We'll use a few of those.
Okay.
Just a few. And you want to grab that foil for me? So this looks good, doesn't it?
It looks amazing.
And because we used, the cheese and the Parmesan, you really, especially if you use protein pasta in this, you really don't need to add meat to a dish to have a well-balanced dish with protein. So it really is a pretty balanced dish just as is. But if you wanted to serve it alongside some ground beef or chicken, you could definitely do that as well. All right, so I'm just covering it with some foil, and we're gonna bake this at 400 degrees for 50 minutes, and then you're gonna take the foil off and bake it for another 10 minutes or so, just until the cheese is lightly golden brown and bubbly. Well, sweetie, I have loved, I can't. With my finger, my swollen finger.
Okay.
Well, sweetie, I have loved making pizza recipes with you today. It has been so much fun to dive in the kitchen. And what did you think about making pizza recipes with veggies?
Delicious. You couldn't even tell.
Thank you. That's coming from Sean. That means a lot. So if you'd love to get these pizza recipes that we made today, you can head over to dashanddish.com, where you'll find recipes and more to nourish your body and soul.
She's got me slaving away here.
I do.
Making boats.
I'm scared if I laugh, snot is going to come out of my nose, so maybe I should blow my nose.
Yeah, you should.
I probably should.
I'll start the show. Today on
I'll just grab some Kleenex right here.
We are. Oh my goodness. Today on Dash and Dish, we're cooking up zucchini boats. Is that what we're doing? I don't know what else we're making. I'm not. No, it's privy information. Need to know.
They're gonna use this. But you better not, because I'm blowing my nose in the background.
That's a lovely.
No blowing the nose shots.
Can we all take a look? I agree.
That's stupid to a whole nother level. I'm gonna just wash it.
I was so proud.
I'm gonna just wash it with soap.
Are you really?
Yeah, it's not gonna hurt anything. We're gonna bake it. It's okay.
What? Okay.